So welcome again children. Now in this video children we are going to do some questions on empirical formula and on molecular formula. So the first question I am taking from the book is from page 91, question number 7. It says like that, find the empirical formula of a compound with the following percentage composition. And children, I know that you all know now empirical formula is the simplest whole number ratio formula. It is a simple ratio formula, and empirical formula method we have already studied in the video related to it, and now we are calculating these. So the percentage composition are given, that is the first question over here is that percentage of lead is given as 62.5%. and of nitrogen is given as 8.5% and of oxygen is given as 29.0%. So the percentage composition of various elements present in a compound are given, and it is asking us to find the empirical formula, which we write as E, capital EF. So children, for this we have seen that we make a table, and the table we make like that. First column we make the elements, then we have the percentage composition, and then children we write the atomic weights, and children then we have the atomic ratio, and children after that we have the simplest ratio, and we can have one more column that I'll tell you when we are going to have. And children, whenever this empirical formula or molecular formula or percentage compositions are asked, it is giving you the atomic weights also. Lead is 207, nitrogen is 14, and oxygen is 16. And after doing few programs, you will learn these also. So children, what we do, we make this chart, and this chart is made like this. And children, this is how we make this chart. Percentage composition, atomic ratio. We have to make it neat and tidy, not like this children. And children, once we have made this chart, then we start filling up the values. The element first is lead, and for lead the percentage is 62.5. its atomic weight is 27. Atomic ratio means that we divide the percentage 62.5 by 207. Now children, for this calculation it is going to take time, but what I have done, I have calculated this value for you, and this is coming out to be 0.30. So I have already calculated this value. Then we move on to nitrogen. The percentage of nitrogen is 8.5. its atomic weight is 14, and atomic ratio will be 8.5 upon 14, and this value is coming out to be 0.60. Then the next is children oxygen, and the percentage of oxygen is 29%. The atomic weight of oxygen is 16. The atomic ratio will be 29.0 upon 16, and it is coming out to be 1.80. So these are the values. For the simplest ratio children, what we do, we see that which is the smallest value among all these values in the atomic ratio column, and we see that this is the smallest. So what we do, we divide all these values with the smallest value. So for the simplest ratio 0.30, this is the smallest, we divide it by 0.030, it comes out to be 1. And 0.60 if we divide by 0.30, it will come out to be 2. And 1.80 if you divide by 0.30, it comes out to be children 6. So children, once we have calculated this value, now we are in a position to write down the empirical formula, and the empirical formula states that the number of atoms of different Elements present is lead is 1, then we have nitrogen which is 2 and oxygen which is 6. And children, as you all know that we can find out a common number between it, or we can write it like PbNO3 whole twice. This is also the same formula, N2 and O6. So this is the empirical formula which we have calculated by this, and this is, as we all know, is lead nitrate. So children, I hope you have followed this method of calculating the empirical formula. You can make this table very neatly, then you can close this. I hope you have followed. We write the element, then the percentage composition, atomic weight, atomic ratio, simplest ratio, and I am telling you that I can also add one more column to it. And if we'll see when we are going to add that. Now children, will move on to the next question in this series, and it is that it is the same question on the same page, question number 12. Question number 12 on same page, that is page number 91. And children, the question is an organic compound whose vapor density is 45 has the following percentage compositions. So an organic compound children, you must know that an organic compound is a compound of carbon and hydrogen plus any other atom can be there. And whenever an organic compound is given, then you have to see that carbon and hydrogens are present over there or not. If they are not present, then we'll see what we have to do. An organic compound which has vapor density. So vapor density of this compound is given as 45. Has the following percentage composition. It has hydrogen 2.22%. It has oxygen 71.19%. And children, the remaining is carbon. So he is not giving you carbon. So carbon you can find out. Carbon can be calculated by adding these two values and subtracting it from 100. So the percentage of carbon will come out to be 100 minus 2.22 plus 71.19. And children, it is coming out to be, I have already calculated, it is coming out to be 26.59%. So vapor density is now given and the percentage composition of two atoms in an elements were given, and carbon was not given. So we have calculated it because it is a hydrocarbon, it must contain carbon. And now it is asking us to calculate empirical formula and molecular formula. Molecular formula is the actual number of atoms of different elements present in a compound, and empirical formula is the simplest whole number ratio of different atoms present in a compound. So children, first of all we will calculate the empirical formula by the same method we did in the last program. What we do, we write elements, then we write their percentage composition, then we write their atomic weight, then we write their atomic ratio, then we write their simplest ratio, and children, we make a table, make a straight table like this. You can use your scales and all, and you can start doing it when you do it in your registers or note copy. So children, here we have to calculate these values. And children, first is we are going to calculate for say carbon. Carbon is 26.59 and atomic weight of carbon you all know is 12, and it will be given also. Then children, the atomic ratio will be 26.59 divided by 12, and it is coming out to be 2.22. Then we calculate the percentage composition of hydrogen. The percentage is 2.22 Its atomic weight is 1. So if we divide 2.22 by 1, it will come out to be 2.22. And the last is of oxygen. Oxygen is, children, 71.19. Atomic weight of oxygen is 16. And it is coming out to be 4.44. So children, we have done it. Now the next step, as I told you, is to find out the simplest ratio. We see that which is the smallest one. There are two values which are smallest one. We divided by the smallest one. So 22.22 divided by 2.22 is 1. Here also 2.22 divided by 2.22 is 1. And 4.44 divided by 2.22, it comes out to be 2. So children, till here, now we can write the empirical formula. So the empirical formula we can denote, and the empirical formula is, we have one atom of carbon, we have one atom of hydrogen, and we have two atoms of oxygen. This is the empirical formula. Now children, the next step is to find out the empirical formula weight. We calculate the molecular formula weight. Here we calculate the empirical formula weight. Carbon is 1, so 12. Hydrogen is 1, so 1. And oxygen is 2 atoms, that makes 16 into 2. So 32 plus 1, 12 plus 1 plus 32, that makes here 2 plus 3, that makes 45. So children, we have calculated the empirical formula which was asked. This was one answer, and now it is asking us to find out the molecular weight. Now children, molecular formula. Now children, we also know that molecular weight is equal to twice into vapor density. This we have done in relative vapor density. Molecular weight of a compound is equal to twice vapor density, and vapor density is given over here. So that makes 2 into 45, it is 90. Now children, after doing this, it was asked to find out the value of n. N is the natural number which was there as a ratio of molecular weight divided by empirical formula weight. So children, here I am doing this. So n is equal to molecular weight divided by empirical formula weight. And children, molecular weight is 90 and empirical formula weight is 45. So the value of n comes out to be 2. And children, one more formula we did, that molecular formula is equal to n times empirical formula. Molecular formula is n times empirical formula, and we already have calculated. So n time means twice of empirical formula. Empirical formula we calculated as CHO2. Now the molecular formula becomes C2H2NO4. We multiply each atom with 2. So this is my molecular formula. So the two things which were asked in this question are empirical formula. So answer we can write that empirical formula is equal to CHO2 and molecular formula is equal to C2H2O4. So children, I hope you have followed this question. So in this question, vapor density was given, and as vapor density was given, we were able to find out the molecular weight, and empirical formula we calculated the empirical formula weight, and we calculated the value of small n, which is molecular weight divided by empirical formula weight, and when we calculated it, it came out to be 2, and molecular formula is equal to n times the empirical formula, so it is being calculated accordingly. So children, I hope you are following these programs now. So the next question, children, which we will be doing will be on the same basis, and it says that, I hope you have followed this question, children. Please complete this table, and you can start doing some programs based on this. I hope the calculations are clear to you all. Now we'll do the next question. children, the next question is again from the book I have taken, and this question has come in the board exams also. So children, the question says like that, it is from 2016 board exams. A gaseous hydrocarbon contains 82.76% carbon. So we have a hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbon means a compound of hydrogen and carbon. And children, it is saying that carbon in this compound is 82.76% and hydrogen is not given, and its vapor density is given as 29. So we have a hydrocarbon, a compound of carbon and hydrogen. Percentage of carbon is given in the compound, vapor density is given, and it is asking you to find the molecular formula. So what we have to find out? We have to find out the molecular formula. So the first thing we do here, children, is we find out the percentage of hydrogen, which will be 100 minus 82.76, which will come out to be 17.24. So although the percentage of hydrogen is not given, but we have calculated it because a hydrocarbon contains only carbon and hydrogen. Here no other elements are present. So now children, first of all we calculate the empirical formula by the method. If you want to calculate this molecular formula, we calculate the empirical formula, then the empirical formula weight, then we calculate the molecular weight by the vapor density given, then we calculate the value of N, and as you all know that molecular formula is N times empirical formula. So for this all these things are to be calculated. So children, element, first is element, then next is percentage composition, then you have atomic weight, then you have atomic ratio, then you have simplest ratio, and children, we are going to make a table later. And what is there? Carbon, its percentage is given as 82.76. Atomic weight of carbon is there given over here, and atomic ratio will be 82.76 divided by 12, and it is coming out to be 6.89. And children, of hydrogen, the percentage we have calculated here is 17.24, and its atomic weight is 1, so 17 divided by 24 upon 1 is 17.24. Now we calculate the simplest ratio. Out of this is the smallest value, so 6.89 divided by 6.89, it comes out to be 1, and 17.24 divided by 6.89, it comes out to be 2.5. Now children, when this value comes out to be in decimal, now it is one thing is very much clear, that you cannot have atoms of elements in fractions. So what we have to do, we have to make this atom into whole number, simplest whole number ratio. So then we add one more column, that is simplest whole number ratio. And children, how can we get a simplest whole number ratio? If we divide both these by 2. So if I divide 2.5 by 2, I get 5, but I cannot divide only this value, I have to multiply this value. So what I have done, I have multiplied this value by 2 to make it a whole number. In the same way, if I multiplied this value, I have to multiply this value also with the same value. Now children, the simplest whole number ratio we have got, and children, we can make it into a column as I told you. So I hope this empirical formula you have followed, and in this we have got one new thing, that if it the simplest ratio is coming in fractions, we multiply it by a value to get it a whole number. It would have been 1.33, then we would have multiplied it by 3. So if it would have been 1.25, then we would have multiplied it by 4 to get a simplest whole number ratio. Now children, we get the empirical formula, and empirical formula of the compound is C2NH5. This is the empirical formula. And next children, we calculate the empirical formula weight. So empirical formula weight will be 12 into 2 plus 1 into 5. That makes 24 plus 5, which is 29. And children, now we know the vapor density, so we also can calculate the molecular weight of a compound, that is twice vapor density. Twice into 29, that makes 58. And children, now we can calculate the value of N. Value of N is molecular weight divided by empirical formula weight, which is 58 divided by 29. 58 is this value. We get the value as 2. So the value of N comes out to be 2. And children, molecular formula which is asked is twice the, or N times the empirical formula, which is twice the formula, which is C2H5. And if you multiply all these by 2, it comes out to be C4H10. And this is the value which was asked in this question. So we have calculated the molecular formula of an organic compound of a hydrocarbon. This question, children, has come in 2016 board examination. I hope children you are following these questions. Now children, we'll do one more question in this, and it is again an indirect question or a question where some other things are being asked. I hope you have followed this. You can copy down this, or you can do this question by yourself in the note copy, and we'll move on to the next question, that is question number 23 from page number 92. So question 23 on page 92, this is the question I am doing. And there are so many other questions. Children, please start doing these questions at home, because you need to practice these programs. And as the syllabus has been reduced now, only these questions are going to come. So the question says like that: a compound has oxygen 61%. So oxygen is 61.32%. Sulfur has 11.15%. Hydrogen 4.88%, and zinc, which is 22.65%. And children, atomic weight of oxygen is 16, sulfur is 32, hydrogen is 1, and zinc is 65. So atomic weights are given. So a question says like that: a compound has oxygen 61.32%, sulfur 11.15%, hydrogen 4.88%, and zinc 22.65%. Relative molecular mass. So relative molecular mass of a compound is 287 AMU. So children, atomic mass is also given, relative molecular mass is given. So relative molecular mass is 287. Find the molecular formula of a compound. What you have to find out? Molecular formula of a compound, assuming that all hydrogen present in it as water of crystallization. One more thing is there, that hydrogen is not present in the molecule part of the compound. It is present as water of crystallization. So one more thing has been asked. So children, first we will proceed to calculate the empirical formula. The later thing we are going to see, because after empirical formula only we can calculate the molecular formula. So children, again we do the same thing: element, percentage composition, atomic weight, atomic ratio, then simplest ratio, and last one we'll see if we need it, then we'll write it. And children, in this program, first of all I am calculating zinc, and the percentage of zinc is 22.65, its atomic weight is 65. So atomic ratio will come out to be 22.65 0.65 divided by 65, and children, it is coming out to be 0.34. 0.34. This is the percentage atomic ratio coming out to be. Then children, next is sulfur. Sulfur in it is 11.15 and the weight of sulfur is 32. So 11.15 upon 32, that gives you a value which is 0.34. Then children, we calculate the value of oxygen. Oxygen is 61.32%, atomic weight is 16, and if we divide 61.32 upon 16, we get an answer as 3.8. 3.8, or it is 3.80, you can say. So now children, next is hydrogen, and hydrogen percentage is 4.88. Atomic mass is 1. 4.88 divided, it comes out to be 4.8. Now children, what is the next step which we do? We make it as a table. Now we see which is the smallest value. This is 0.0. So here we calculate the simple ratio by dividing it by the smallest value. Here it is 3.4 divided by 3.4, which comes out to be 1, and 3.80 divided by 0.34, it is coming out to be 11. It is coming out to be 11, and 4.88 divided by 0.34, it is coming out to be 14. So children, these values I have already calculated before to save time here. So children, after writing this, we come to know about the empirical formula. So I write over here, the empirical formula comes out to be zinc is 1, oxygen is 1, sulfur is 1, oxygen is 11, and hydrogen is 14. Hydrogen is 14. So children, for the molecular formula, you all know that we first calculate the empirical formula weight. So it comes out to be 65 plus 32. 11 atoms of oxygen weigh 176, and plus 14 hydrogen atoms are there, and if you calculate this value, children, it comes out to be 287. So the value comes out to be 287. Now we calculate the value of N, which is molecular weight or relative molecular weight upon empirical formula weight, and molecular formula is given here as 287. Empirical formula weight we have calculated as 287, that comes 1. And as you all know, molecular formula is equal to n times empirical formula. So it is equal to ZnSO11H14. Now children, one more thing is being asked here, that all the hydrogen are present as water of crystallization. So children, if you have 14 atoms of hydrogen, that makes H2O(S)7. So water of crystallization, 2 into 7 makes 14, and 7 hydrogen atoms also are consumed here. So children, the formula becomes Zn, there is no change, sulfur there is no change, but out of 11 atoms of oxygen, 7 has gone to water of crystallization. So how many are left? So there are 4 atoms left. So children, if you count zinc 1, it is 1 over here, sulfur 1, it is 1 here, oxygen 4, and 7 11, and hydrogen is 14, so 14 atoms. So children, this is not the molecular formula, this will be the molecular formula according to the question. So as it is saying you that all the hydrogen is present in the water of crystallization. So children, this is again a little tricky question at the end. So for molecular formula we do it like that. This value also you have to calculate, then only you can come to this conclusion. I hope this question is also clear to you all, and I hope children we are doing some questions on empirical formula, molecular formula, but we are leaving those questions which are based on gas equations, which are based on mole concepts, which are based on Avogadro law or any other thing which is there in the syllabus, in the chapter, but it is not in the syllabus. So children, with this year we have to leave some questions. Also we will be only focusing on questions on empirical formula, molecular formula, percentage composition and relative vapor density. I hope you have followed this session also. Thank you very much.